Hello, hello, welcome to Rise and Shine Yoga. I'm Jen, and this is the yoga class that you can do any time of day when you're just looking for a nice, gentle flow, practice, stretch time, you time. So, get comfortable. Find the position of your choice, and let's spend a few minutes, not 2 minutes, breathing. Let's take 5 deep breaths together. One more. Wonderful. Let's transition to our tabletop on all fours. And cat, cow your little heart out. So let's arch that back. If you want to move a little side to side and sway a little side to side here in your cat, feel free. And the same thing with your cow. Get into the movement, the motion, the pose first, and then add the sway, what feels good. Let's switch back. Your cat should feel different now. And the same thing with your cow. It should feel different. One more cat. Really, really arch, extend, expand. And cow. Beautiful. All right, let's bend that right knee and bring that foot up behind, and let's just move around that ankle. And switch direction. Let's bring that knee in and really arch that back. You can put that foot on the ground if you like. And kick it back again. And come on in, put that foot on the ground. Make yourself into a little ball. And kick it back again. This time open that knee up to the side. And let's do some little circles from that hip. And switch directions. Release. Let's switch it back to the other side. So bring that foot back. Let's do some circles for that ankle. One way and then the other. And then bring that knee in, putting that foot on the ground, and make yourself into a little ball. Come back up. into your ball. And then kick back up and open up that knee to the side. Release it down. Turn sideways on your mat. Place one foot out to the side. And let's lean on forward while pushing back at the same time. Now walk those hands back. Bring one arm all the way up to the ceiling, to the sky, and then lean that arm over. And then bring that hand on that hip. See if you can lift that leg and then do some circles from that hip. And switch direction. And drop it down. Walk those hands in front again and push those hips back. All right, let's lean forward and let's switch those legs. All right, so we're leaning forward and pushing back on this other side. And then come on up. And let's bring the arm straight up to the ceiling. And then over top. Bring the hands to the hip. Let's lift that leg. Let's do some circles one way. And the other way. Bring that foot on the ground and walk those hands forward again. And lean it back with those hips. All right, let's release. Let's walk those hands back through table. And we're going to do some scapular push-ups. So we're going to stay in our table. All we're going to do is we're going to drop the shoulders, lift the shoulders, drop the shoulders, and lift. Just a couple more. 3, 2, and 1. And let's lower ourselves all the way down to your belly. Putting your hands underneath your forehead and rocking those hips side to side. You can keep your legs straight or you can bend the knees, whatever feels better for you for doing some hip rocking. And then straighten out those feet as much as you can, or those legs as much as you can. Bring the elbows to the waist and your head straight down. All I want you to do is lift your hands up off the ground and come back down. Just lift the hands, squeeze the shoulders, and back down. 3 more. Lift it up and down. Lift it up and down. 1 more. Lift it up and down. This time when you lift those hands up, we're going to shoot them out to the sides. They're going to come up, arms out, arms in, hands down. So you have those elbows in, they're going out, either out directly to the side or out and up, depending on the flexibility you have, what feels good. Your body will just do what it feels like doing. So just kind of go with it. All right, so we're going to do 10 of those, nice and slow and relaxed, stepping, putting those hands down and resetting every single time, okay? So head down, let's lift up, out, in, and down. Up, out, in and down. 3 and down. 4 down. 5 and down. 6 down. 7, a little tiring. Down. 8 down. 2 more, 2 more. Out, in and down. Up, out, in and down. Put that cheek on the ground. Bend those knees and drop the foot, both feet to the opposite side. Alright, bend those knees and let's do the opposite cheek. And release, bring those legs back. And we're going to roll over onto our back. We're going to do that same thing with our hands and arms, just on our back. So I'm just going to scooch all the way down here. Your legs can be straight, they don't need to be bent, and I'm just bent because of the space requirements that I have. So I'm going to have the arms in, palms up. If they can be on the ground, that's totally fine. Mine definitely cannot be. So I'm going to lift the elbows up. I'm going to shoot them out and back in and reset. So 10, like that. All right. Our shoulders are going to be as down as they can the whole time. So they will lift a little bit, but do your best to try to keep them nice and neutral and equal to each other. All right, so let's go lift the elbows, out, in, and down. Up, out, in, and down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. Release, let's hug yourself, grabbing the opposite shoulder blade. And then switch the arm on top. Lovely. While we're down here, let's just do a hamstring stretch. So grab one leg behind the knee, or not behind the knee, behind the calf, the ankle, the thigh, whatever you can reach. And then switch it out for the other side. And release. All right, we're going to roll back over onto our belly, and we're going to make our way to either a downward dog or a puppy, whichever one you prefer today. Feel free to play a little bit, find your bearings, stretch out your body, stretch out your low back, middle back, upper back. Take 5 breaths, whatever position you chose. All right, and then come to your knees. We'll all meet there together. All right, we're gonna do some rotational planks. So my suggestion would be to do this on your knees, but if you'd like to do them on your toes, by all means, feel free. We're gonna come down and we're gonna have our forearms this way as compared to this way. And we're just gonna roll on through to each side. So on your knees, they're gonna look like this, and you're just gonna roll, and you're gonna stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that forearm on the ground, and roll over to the other side. And come up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back and reset with those legs on the ground. All right, so we're gonna do that, or with your legs straight, your choice, totally fine. We're gonna do that for 1 minute total. So we're holding it about 5 seconds or so on each side, but up to you. As long as they're equal, you can alter that higher or lower. All right, so we're gonna start in 3, and 2, and 1. All right, do one more on each side. Make sure we're nice and balanced. And then when you're ready, drop it down and come into a cobra. And we'll stay here for a few seconds. Just make sure everyone is starting the new thing at the same time. So if you're in cobra with me, we're dropping that head. All right, let's tuck those toes under. Let's come through our tabletop into our downward dog and then stand on up. Standing on up when you are good and ready. Making any adjustments that you need to do. Grabbing water if you want it. And then we're going to come into our mountain. 5 breaths here. All right, drop those arms. Let's bring one leg behind. Let's bring our left leg behind. Let's all stick with the same leg. All right, let's bring our left leg behind. If you need to hold on for balance, please feel free to do so. And if you can bring one hand in front, right in front of your nose. This doesn't have to be super in front of your nose, just in front of your nose. And if you lose balance and you come back. All right, let's bring that arm out and in. Let's do that 2 more times. See how your balance is doing today. All right, now can we bring the leg out a little bit and in. Leg out and in. Leg out and in. Can we do arm and leg at the same time? Out and in. Out and in. Out and in. Now I should take this hand, grab that foot so you can switch around that grip on that hand. So now we're holding it a little weird, or a little off. And we're gonna do 3 more in and outs. Ready? Out, and in, out, and in, out, and in, and then grab with the other hand. One more time, other side. Out, and in, out, and in, out, and in, and drop it down. So if you hadn't guessed, well, we're not going to go into the full expression of dancer today. That is a little bit of a dancer progression, getting into such thing, working on that transition. All right, so let's do the other side. So I'm going to grab my right foot with my right hand, just grab on the outside, and my left hand is in front of my face. Hold it here. Bring that hand out, in, out, in, out, in, and the leg, out, in, out, in, out, and in. Let's do it together. 2 and 3. All right, let's switch the grip on foot. Out and in. Out and in. Out and in. And then switch the hand on the foot. Out and in. Out and in. Out. Ooh, and in. And then bring that foot down. And if you don't make it, it's okay. All right, let's bring those arms back behind us. Our feet as wide as the mat. Bend those knees and just let those arms go overhead. And if you feel like adding some movement, fine. If you feel like staying still, that's fine too. And then drop those hands to meet the feet. If you have flexibility enough to put your whole hand underneath your foot, that's fine. Otherwise, they can just stay on top. And then slowly release the hands and roll on. Okay. Let's face forward. Let's put those hands on the kind of the tops of the thighs. Let's bend those knees. And all we're just going to do is just slide back and forth. Come back to the middle once you've evened it out. Then drop one shoulder. Really drop it. And then the other shoulder. Come back to center. Let's take that right foot and move it forward. So the left foot, move it to face this way. And then instead of having your hand on the thigh, make the forearm go on the thigh. And then the other arm is up to the sky. And then overhead. And let's release and let's come on back. And let's switch it out. So what we're doing is we're doing a yoga pose, but we're bringing those feet closer together. All right, bring that forearm down. Let's come up. And over. And then come on back. So we can either stay with this or we can go more into the full expression. So let's come on up. Let's walk that back foot back. And let's bring that arm up. So if you have a problem with kind of getting your balance some days, you can do things like bringing the legs closer together. bending those knees. And bring that arm up and over. And let's pull ourselves up. Switch those feet. And let's go to the other side. Arm up. And over. And pull it on up. Let's do one more each side. Switch it out. Can you do something slightly different this time? Can we really stack those shoulders? Or really concentrate on holding your breath? And bring that arm up and over. Maybe you're tucking that pelvis under just a little bit more. And up. Last time. And over. Use that core. Pull yourself up. Don't use the arm unless you need to. There's nothing wrong with needing to, but when you're trying to work the core, you're trying to work the core. When you're trying to work the arms, we're going to work the arms. And we are going to work the arms in about 2 or 3 minutes when we get back down to the ground. We're going to do single arm push-ups on our side. So super fun. You'll love it. All right, let's bring those arms behind. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release, grab one hand, pull it across and behind. And then release other way. And release, drop those arms, wiggle them around, and heel toe those feet in. Come to the middle of your mat. So let's go down to the ground to do those said push-ups. Bring those arms up, back bend, swan dive, hands to the ground. Walk one foot back, walk the other foot back, and lower to the ground. I'm gonna grab some water really quick because it's here. And when you're ready, roll onto the side of your choice. All right, so I've done these in the past, but if you missed it last time, you're going to take the hand that's closest to the ground, and you're going to grab your back, your arm, whatever. You're getting that arm off the ground is basically what you're doing. So it's not going to help you. That's what you're doing. The other hand is on the ground. You can relax your head. So if I put my hand here, I'm going to use this arm to push myself up. I'm just going to. I'm not planning on cheating. My body's just gonna help. So, hand here. And we're gonna use this arm to push ourselves up somewhere between 5 and 10 times. So I'm gonna give you a minute to do as many as you decide that you want to do, breaking when you need to do it and when you want to do it. And then we'll switch over to the other side. All right, so let's go in 3 and 2 and 1. Push yourself up as far as you can. And back down. If you reach 10, then you just hang out and rest. If your body's like, I'm done, Jen, then you hang out and rest. All right, we're going to take a couple more seconds to finish up. All right, let's roll over to the other side. You can just turn the other way. But I'm going to turn so I can see my timer. we're going to set ourselves up in the same way. The arm that is closest to the ground grabs that back. And we're going to push ourselves up in 3 and 2 and 1. Doing your best to at least try to match the numbers. If you don't match exactly, that's okay, but I don't want you to do 3 on one side and 10 on the other. All right, resting when you are either done or you decide that you're when you're done or you're done. Resting, and then we're going to roll on to our back. Getting close to the end of class, so we're gonna cool it down a bit, or start to cool it down a bit. All right, so you bring those arms behind the head or down by your side, whatever feels good. We're gonna do some leg lifts. All right, so we're gonna start with the leg on the ground. So we're just gonna lift and lower whatever leg you prefer to the height of your other knee. So 10, nice and slow and easy. Let's go. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And let's just go right to the other side. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, relax it down. You can either do the same thing again, or you can make it a little bit more challenging by lifting up into a bridge when we're doing that. So you decide which one works best. If you want to try it and then come back down or do half and half, that's fine. So I'm going to lift up to a bridge, and I'm going to straighten the leg, and I'm going to go up and down. I'm not going to let the foot touch all the way. And then relax, shake it out. I'm getting ready to do the other side. So lift it up to that bridge if you are. And down and up. Really activating those glutes. Got one more. Oh, lovely. And I'm going to drop those knees to the side, and if I want to stack one leg on top of the other, I can. And let's open up to the other direction. Let's go the other way. Release. Whatever way you're already twisted, just stay there and just roll all the way into that side. Now let's take the lower leg and bring it into the chest. And then take the upper leg and do a nice long stretch. Deep breaths. And release. Flipping on over. And do the same thing on the other side. So the lower leg comes into the chest. Upper leg comes into a quad stretch. And release. Rolling onto our backs. Hugging our knees into our chest. And rocking a little side to side. Before we go into Happy Baby. Or if there's another pose you'd like to do besides Happy Baby, totally fine. Let's grab on the insides of those feet, the outsides of the feet, the heels, the toes, whatever you can reach. And we're going to spend about 1.5 minutes here. So for something else you'd rather do, this is the time. Bending and straightening. Feel free to change those hand positions. See what works better in different poses, different postures. Bring those legs in, bring those legs out. Happy babies don't get told what makes them happy. They decide what makes them happy. So, do so. And then we're going to get into our Shavasana. So, we have another about 30 seconds or so here. Maybe a little bit longer. Think about what you need for your Shavasana today. And what position you want to be in for said pose. All right, finish up your play and then make any adjustments that you need for your Shavasana, including grabbing a drink of water, which I think is always a great plan. And we are going to spend 3 minutes in our posture today. We'll all come out of it together, and we'll all end class together. So don't run, don't skip out on the best part of class. Even if you have a whole bunch of other stuff to do, those things can literally wait 3 minutes, I promise. All right. around those fingers and those toes and start adding movement into your body. And pick the way that you would like to roll up to seated, either rolling up like ball or turning to your side and pushing yourself up. Either one is totally fine. We'll meet there in about 20 seconds. All right, let's finish off with some neck stretches. Let's bring the shoulders down and bring that ear to the shoulder. Other way. Back to the center. If you want to add that hand, and the other side. Come back to the center, look down. And point that chin, look up. Release, we are done. Thank you so much for joining me for another Rise and Shine session. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, and I will see you next time.